if I was to roll the dice and get an 11. And 11 can go one or two ways. It is considered a power number because it has two of the same digits, and so it can be either positive or negative. Phoenix family, tonight's video is about basic forms of divination. I just kind of wanted to go over a couple of these with you. Right here, The Basics of Divination by Angel Greer. You can find this on Amazon by either looking up the title of the book or my name, and you'll be able to purchase the book. I really wanted to go over a couple of these just to kind of give you an idea of what the book covers and some of the ones that I do for myself. I am sole owner of Into the Mystic, and I do tarot and oracle spreads for people if they are interested in them. So if that is something you're interested in, please comment below and I will contact you about that if that is something you're interested in. But I also do other forms of divination, and these are a couple of my favorites, and then I'll go into some more that I have in the book. Astrogalomancy is 3 dice, and the idea of astrogalomancy is to create a circle, and you have numbers 3 through 18 inside the circle, and then 1 and 2, that's assuming that one or more of the dice land on the outside of the circle. Okay, each one has a meaning, and the idea is to make your circle. You could do it with a stick, you draw it with a marker, however you want to do it. You roll the dice, drop them, and then give the meaning. Let's say, for example, if I was to roll a 10 would mean for somebody that I was rolling for to say that, you are in a position of new beginnings, possibly a new job or a new birth or even a promotion. If I was to roll the dice and get an 11, and 11 can go one or two ways. It is considered a power number because it has two of the same digits, and so it can be either positive or negative, and it depends on the reader and when the dice is rolled. So a person gets 11. On the positive side, it could be a renewal of a past relationship, say like a friend or lover, family, somebody that you are estranged from is returning back into your life, and you're going to rebuild from that. The other side of 11, like I said, it depends on the reader, is that you could be getting ready to face a loss. This could be an illness or even as far as death. But you, as a reader, if you choose to do astrogalomancy, you will know when you're doing the reading. Okay? Another one of my absolute favorites that I want to show you guys is Bibliomancy. And I'm using a very random book, one of my favorites here. V.C. Andrews is an amazing author, and this is called Garden of Shadows. Okay, Bibliomancy means divination of books. Biblio means book, okay? For that reason alone, some people have the understanding that a Bible must be used for this type of divination, and then of course there's a lot of people that have an issue with that because it is divination, and it speaks of at least 23 verses in the Bible that divination is reason to be put to death. So it does have a lot of controversy to it. So to end that little bit of controversy, at least for you for the moment, is to understand the word itself. Bibliomancy, book divination. Bible, Bible, actually means book. Okay? So it does not mean that you have to use the Bible. It's just that people in general maybe did not understand that the Holy Bible actually says the Holy Book. You do not have to use that book. You can use any book, a very random book, and that's exactly why I picked this one, because it is a very random book. It is not a pagan book, it is not a Christian book, it is not a religious book. It is just a book. Okay, so bibliomancy, divination of books. The general idea is if you're going to do bibliomancy for somebody, or even yourself, you can do either one, is for a question to be asked out loud. So I'm going to just think of something random real quick. Let's see. How will my doctor's appointment go next Saturday? All right, I've already chosen the book. You heard me ask a random question. I'm going to flip a couple of pages until I'm comfortable. I'm going to go with this one. Generally, you would do this with your eyes closed, but I'm on camera, so I'm showing you with my eyes open. I'm running my finger down, so I'm not looking at the page. I have no idea what's on here, and I'm going to stop here. Now, normally, I would do this with my eyes closed and run my finger down the page until I found a spot. So, but I did have my eye focused completely on the camera, and I have no idea what this says, so let's read it. Okay. Now, the question was, how will my doctor's appointment go next Saturday? The answer here is... Oh, I should have put my glasses on. Okay. Alright. On a number of occasions, I overheard them talking about Garland and his young bride. Once I was just about to go into the kitchen, then I stopped at the partially open doorway because I heard Miss Steiner talking to Miss Wilson. It's remarkable, Miss Steiner says. How are they always like that? Well, I'm going to take the word remarkable out of that sentence. It's kind of interesting picking this storybook because the next scene is entirely have anything to do with my question. But the part that I'm taking out of it is when I opened the doorway, I stopped and I heard them talking. It's remarkable. So I'm going to say that maybe my doctor's appointment next weekend will be remarkable. That's going to be what I take out of it. And that's what bibliomancy is. Whether you're reading for yourself or you're reading for somebody else, you read that sentence, or actually I'd say read the entire paragraph, especially when you pick a random storybook and get the answer out of there. All right. Now, a couple more out of my book I wanted to go over with you that I thought was kind of funny. Of course, I found a page. There's bibliomancy. We just went through that. Oh, okay. Fortune telling using cards, clear audience. We already went through the clairs. There is. I had a page saved, and I have lost my page because I wanted to tell you exactly what the name of this divination practice is. But it is a divination practice. Oh, here it is. Gastromancy. A divination practice of gas. Yes. It is from ancient Greece, as known as gastor. It is listening to the sounds of one's belly or the low guttural sounds of belching or passing gas. How the belch sounds determines the reading. Depending on the question, if the belch was terribly loud, then it would be considered a bad omen. The answer would not be in your favor. If it was a really low belch, like that inside your mouth kind of belch, well, then it means that you need to do more work in your life to achieve this goal. If it was what was considered at that time a healthy but not over the top belch, then it would be in your favor. I just thought that was kind of interesting. That was an interesting practice of divination right there. Let's see. Geomancy is the study of figures on the ground and the influence of the Earth's currents. This type of divination is also considered by science to be weather conditions and the aftermath of natural disasters. So geomancy, or what they can study in today's society, it's studying weather patterns. Back then, geomancy, the idea to be able to determine weather by the clouds or the ground or the skies or anything, that it was actually used to be considered a divination practice. So scientists that study weather are still practicing divination, if you want to look at it that way. Let's see. Okay, this one is for children. Gyromancy is a divination procedure where a person walks in a circle marked with letters until they become dizzy and stumble at different points, thus spelling out a prophecy. Gyro is also referred to as the movement of dancing or body spinning. So that was usually used by children and even taught to children because children like to spin around and make themselves dizzy. So you would set up the letters or the pattern blocks, whatever, and then you would spin the child around, or they would dance in circles, whatever the case might be. When they began to become dizzy, it would be like, okay, where are they going to land or stop? And that would tell the prophecy. Kind of cool. Kind of interesting right there. Let's see. Let me see if I can come up with another one. Okay. There is one in here, and I was trying to find it, which I probably should have found it before starting this video. But barley, or not barley, barley. Barley itself was used to make cakes. And if somebody was being charged with a crime, let's say they stole something from the bakery or the blacksmith, okay, and the blacksmith or baker had charged them of, or accused them of stealing, or whatever the crime might be, they would be taken to the clairvoyant. The clairvoyant would bake this cake with barley in it. And the idea is that if he ate the barley cake and did not become sick, he was innocent. If he ate the barley cake and became sick, then he was definitely guilty. This was often done sometimes with 15 or more people and to determine who might be lying. So you get all 15 people and you serve all 15 of them cake, and if one becomes sick, then that person is a liar and the others are not. If nobody became sick, then nobody was lying. But of course, at that point in time, when barley was used to determine one's guilt or their lying, whether or not, they did not know that barley was actually something that some people are actually highly allergic to. So at one point in time, it was the determination on somebody's life sometimes. If you were allergic to barley, you could be hung for a crime that you did not commit. But at that point in time, when it was used as a form of divination, it was a very reliable source. So that's pretty much all I'm going to go over for right now. I just really wanted to give you guys a touch on what's in my book. So if you're interested, here it is. Again, The Basics of Divination by Angel Greer. You can find it on Amazon by either searching the name of the book or my name. That's fine. And that's it. So, okay. Thank you guys again. I love you so much. Please like, share, and if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. And please leave any comments below on any more videos that you may be interested in. And again, thank you guys very much. I love you. Mwah. Have a good night.